Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Towny Tours, and I'm back here this time in the town of Undercity. Infernalzrush, the mayor here has given me a little walk around, and this is going to be a really interesting episode. But before we get into the main episode, I think I need to say a quick sorry for being so long between the last episode and this episode. Life's been a little bit hectic over the last couple of weeks, so hopefully we'll be getting some more regular episodes in the coming weeks. But for now, Undercity, this is a really interesting place, and you'll see why soon. You'll see some of my previous videos. We've had towns that have been very themed and cohesive. We've had some towns that are really plot-based, what a mouthful, and very individualistic. This is not quite either. This is a town that really shows a journey. This is a wonderful example of the journey from beginning the game of survival right the way through to mastering it on a multiplayer server like this, and how that process goes. It's been beautifully, lovingly crafted, from very simple to very sophisticated. So without further ado, we're going to get right into it and start exploring the town of Undercity. And so here we are, walking into the path into town, this beautiful wooded glade. And here we are, the first few buildings, and these are just wonderful. These, Infernalzrush tells me, are the first few buildings that went up in Undercity, and they are just small and perfectly formed. You'll see every detail of this isn't super fancy and massive, but it's just so well done. And here you can see this beautiful little starter house, everything in its place. Starter armor, small storage, beautiful views out the windows, and this really feels like the honest starting point of a real survival playthrough. It's wonderful. So he's obviously built this first building and then come out here, and he's got his little mine entrance, not just some random shoddy hole. He's properly made it look nice. He's got a little area for where he cuts his wood. It's a really lived in feel to this place already, and it's wonderful, even down to the worn down anvils and the little pen for the I nearly said sheep then, for the horses. Wow, it's late tonight, don't mind me too much. And then here's this second building, kept in the same style, really neat and pretty, nothing fancy in the way of materials, but done really just tastefully, I think is the best way of putting it, with these upstairs rooms. Obviously, as Infernals has got into the game, he's needed more storage, and you can see there it is, the start of really starting to branch out into the game. And at some point, this area has got a little too small for him, and he started to think beyond this place, and rather than knock it all down, start again, or build higher and higher and wider, he's just decided to create a journey. And this journey is wonderful. You see, we come out of the house and we have these paths through the woods. So let's take one. Let's go this way and see what we find. Nothing overly complicated. These lovely little paths with the wooden fences. And here we have the beginnings of breeding, just like you would do in a real survival playthrough. We journey further into the woods and come to this. Steps up. The path winds its way through the trees, and eventually we come to this hill, and we climb up the hill to find here we go. The first of the cultivated lands, and you start to see the landscape open up as we get to this high vantage point. What a beautiful little spot he's chosen. The wheat fields here in the dusk, the twilight, and this monument to something, I don't know what, but it looks like something significant happened in this place, doesn't it? And then the path comes over the hill and down into what can clearly be seen as the harbour. I think at this point Infernals must have been joined by other people, because it seems that these are houses not just for him but for other town members. There's this simple courtyard area, these houses all built around it. Feels really organic and natural. Some of these buildings are again kitted out with these very simple but nicely furnished starter houses. And obviously there's been enchantment happening. I think unfortunately Infernals tells me there's been some looting happened before this was protected properly, so the enchanting table no longer resides here. I think quite a few things were lifted by some unscrupulous members of the server at some point, which is a real shame. But we've also got this, which is the first communal room. I think there were possibly maps here, I think, at some point. But this was the first table for town members to come to discuss goings on. And I love this building because, do you know what? Bear with me, I am going to change the time here back to day, because this place in the daytime looks gorgeous. Watch this. Look out of these windows. These are fantastic views. This is something you really should think about if you're building, no matter whether you're building big or small. What you see out of the windows can really make a massive difference to the feel of a house. They're not big windows, but out of every window there's a different view into the courtyard, out to the harbour, out to the different areas. I think that's a wonderful little touch, a really thoughtful touch in a build. So lovely area. Now where's the path back down? Here we go. We're going to go this way and check out this little area. And this was as you see initially an embassy from another town, and there are some nice little touches here. A mine needs a book like a sword needs a whetstone. Good old G.R.R. Martin there. I think at some point there were mementos of the journey up on the walls, and this was another beautiful little house here. And then finally we get down to the docks. I think that the beauty of this place is its simplicity. Nothing is overdone. These boats aren't huge, great big, massive efforts. They're small, they're in scale with the player, and yet they just fit perfectly. They're just so understated, and I love that. It's I go over the top with every build I make, and everyone on the server will tell you that's seen my builds. I go far too big. This is just a perfect example of small can be really, really, really pretty. Undercity cake shop. Oh, no more cakes, they must be sold out. Nice little aquarium there. Nice touch. Let's have a quick look out here. I love this entranceway into the dock here. That's a really nice touch with the flags. And then this is a great boat. I think this is a good example again of, look, it's what? Wool? Is that wool? Yeah. Wool and oak. And that's it. And some glass. And it's amazing what you can do with just effectively 3 or 4 different blocks at most. Little captain's quarters here. And then a view down into the decks below. Really atmospheric. I like this. Let's have a quick look down. Look at this. Really feels like we could set sail in this place. quickly cheat and fly back out. But that, for me, fits beautifully in this place. Really finishes off the journey from that initial start all the way to these beautiful buildings. And you'd be forgiven for thinking at this point that this is the end of the town. But no, I know some little secrets. This place is not called Undercity by accident. So now we're going to find what secrets lie beneath. And I'm going to take this sneaky little journey up here and into the bowels. Warning, griefers will be reported to admin and mods, but other than that, welcome to Undercity. And here you can see now, this is evidence of people really starting to find their feet in this survival multiplayer, starting to show off their bling a little bit, decoratively putting in these ore blocks in the corridors. I like that, it's a nice little touch. Even a bit of diamond here. How wasteful. Surely that should be made into armour. And here we go, into the underground. You can see enchanting happening. Lego Derp must be another member of the town, I presume. And obviously, this is where mining got real. We obviously have had to really expand the storage here so that these people can store all their goods before selling them off and becoming rich. And here is a map, and I find this really interesting because if you look, we started right along this path here when we first started, and look, all of those trees are planted in a grid. I don't know about you folks, but I did not notice that when walking through it. That is so cleverly well disguised. And as you come through the trees here and out into the harbour, there we are. Boat's missing. Need an update on that map there, Infernals. Go on, get your boat on your map. Love that little monument to the journey so far. Who have we got here? Quirty's little gnome? Yeah. Ooh, that's a bit freaky. I wouldn't want to meet him on a dark night, would you? And Rick was here again. Ooh, visitors from other towns, cheeky. Let's have a look what we find down here. Down the steps. Work in progress area. Head back up. No, we're not heading back up. We're heading down. Main Undercity. Here we go. Ping! Undercity, City of Gems. Yeah, and you will see why. That is a very apt name. Look at this floor. This is ridiculous. I mean, who collects that many diamonds and then uses them just for floors? Crazy. It's a very different ambience down here than up on the surface, isn't there? Again, we've got signs of a city growing. There's more seats, larger table, and these mementos of the journey laid out. Super smelter room. Yep, every town needs a super smelter. I have to say though, I like it when all the bits at the back are hidden so it looks all neat and tidy, but hey, it's not my town, it's not my call. So let's see what we find as we venture further into the bowels of the Undercity. Music disc. Trash. Dangerous. Don't misclick and throw something useful in there, you ain't getting it back. What's that sign? What's it say? Savage's timeout chair. Someone's been a naughty boy. And here we find the first evidence of real growth. Lots of people down here, lots of things happening. So we have the Hall of Weapons and Tools and the armour room. Look at this. Everyone gets their weapons mounted along the walls. Part of Sushi's Uwu set. What's an Uwu set? Come on, Sushi, get on the comments and tell me what's an Uwu set. And let's have a look over here at the armour room. We've got Erenia's warsuit. I hope I've said that right. Dragon, Infernalrush's Ender Dragon combat armour. Ooh, look at this. Room for many more town members to add their equipment. I like that touch. Makes it feel lived in. Real nice. See the flags here. And this is where it starts to feel a little bit more like a plot town. Everyone's got their little houses as we look in here. And fittingly for an underground city, they're not massive places, they're little nooks. And everyone's got their own unique style. So whose was this? Mini Saws. Can't get in because we're not allowed to use the doors in here, so we're going to have to peer through the windows in Infernalzrush's house. Yeah, can't see a lot, so we're just going to move on. Who else we got? Irenaeus' room. Hey, keep out, I have guns, but you've left the door open. Well, sorry, but I'm ignoring that sign. Weird things found above ground. That's not a lot. I think you need to expand on that collection, Irenaeus. Ooh, another quote. Let's see, what's this? Leave this world a better place than you found it. Sarah J. Maas. Don't know who that is, but I agree with the sentiment. Nice quote. Lovely little home there. Like it. More bling. Ooh, who's this? Shoggy? Oh. Names. Tricky things. Shoggy or Shoggy? Tell me. Comments below. Tell me how much of a muppet I've been. Ooh. More of the lava. Very, very mood lighting in here, isn't it? Interesting use of the quartz here to give a different feel. And oh, what are they? Come on, end rods. There we go. Mine went blank there. Now then, what have we got here? Ooh. Okay. Redstone of some sort. Redstone, and I have no idea what that does. Once again, folks, someone needs to get in here and tell me. Let's go up. Is this a lift? Let's go up. 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 Oh, there we go. Now we're on top. What is that? I can't even press the button to find out. It looks complicated. Whatever it is, someone needs to tell me. What does that machine do? Whee! Back down. And here we go. Now we are on to the cobblestone vending machine. Well done, Sushi. Everyone needs endless cobble when building. Or if you've watched my videos, never at all when building. And into this more spacious chamber. Now we can see that we've moved just from a set of plots into a slightly bigger project here. I love this floating sword here. That's a really clever touch. I love those little clever, neat ideas that people come up with. Ooh, is that gap in the glass meant to be there? Stick your head in. Ooh, ouch. Now, farming district. Let's have a look in here. Oh, we've got chickens. And we've got wheat. And that lava really makes a weird feel to the place, doesn't it? Chickens and cows and pigs. What else we got? We got sheep. And what else we got? Mushrooms. How did they get down here? Wow. And then, ooh, I don't know. Invisible sheep, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Pumpkins, melons, lovely, well stocked. Netherwart. It's a good, solid farming district there. Infernals, well done. Like it. And then let's have a look. What do we have across the hallway over here? Really helpful signs everywhere so I don't get lost. Housing district. Oh, this must be more little plots here. Home of Troboy. Nice, very nice. Well done. And obviously this is a room for expansion here. Sushi's got more stuff going on here. Can't go in because the doors are shut though. Boo! Ooh. What's that? Ooh. Shame we can't get in. Looks cool. Now, nothing left here. Obviously, waiting for lots more town members to arrive. But I do know that here is going to be a train station. Eventually, we're going to have this jazzed up. It's all hollowed out and ready to start designing. So, maybe next time we come and visit, we'll see that all finished up. That's a great touch. And there's been a lot of work on the railroads between towns on the server recently. So you should start seeing in a lot of these videos some train stations appearing. So here we go. Finally to the last part of Undercity, the council room. We've moved from single player right at the beginning to small group friends playing to a veritable underground city happening, and now we have a council. Look at this, a large council at that. Look at all of the seats at this table. Redstone, J-Bean, Troboy, Twilight, Kinga, Deadpool, Torture, Shodgy, Google. Apparently Google is a member of the council. Creepy. And there's the man himself, Infernalzrush. Rick, Irania, Savage, Itch, Colt, Family Craft again, Mom, that's Dalonium for anyone who knows. Rubio, Mayor of Llama from a previous episode. Elite, Roblox Dev, nice one. And me! There I am, Major Graft. Last but by no means least. And look at this, above our heads. The craziest aquarium you've ever seen. Love that. I don't know how on earth that was done, but that great touch. And then here at the end, we have the flags, the guards, and the plans. Love it. So, there we have it. Undercity, the journey of multiplayer survival, from solo to building of nations and councils and cities and all those exciting things. So thanks for Infernalzrush for letting us have a little look around Undercity. It's been a great journey to see your progress so far. Can't wait to see where you take it in future. So folks, that's been me, Major Graft, for another episode of Towny Tours. If you have any suggestions for towns to feature in any further episodes, then don't forget to pop those in the comments below, and any feedback on these videos is greatly appreciated, guys. I'd really love it if you could leave me a like and even subscribe if you're enjoying these Towny videos, so you can catch up with all of the new content coming soon. But for now, guys, it's been me, Major Graft, and see you in the next one.